Yeah, I know. Yes, sir. It's Friday. And that means second pour. Right after this. Hello, everyone. I'm Zane.
And I'm Jeff.
And today is...
Second pour!
That's the day that we decide to tell you how much of an expert we are.
We're not experts.
I'm going to expertly tell you about how much of an expert I am.
You're not an expert.
What do we do today?
We're going to try some whiskey. And today we're going to do Remus Repeal Reserve Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
Which was brought to us by
Santa
Claus.
And so today we're going to finally review it because, well, as you can see,
we started reviewing early.
We've reviewed it quite a bit. Now we need to tell you what we think about it. Not as experts.
Okay, anyway.
So let's talk about this first. This is a 50% ABV, 100 proof. It is 9% 2005 bourbon, 21% rye. 5% 2006 bourbon, that's 36% rye. It's a 19% 2006 bourbon, 21% rye. 13% 2008 bourbon, 21% rye, 54% of 2008 bourbon, and 36% rye. It's aged for a minimum of 4 years, distilled, and we think in Indiana, which is
MGP.
And it's bottled by G. Remus Distilling Company, which is Luxo, and it runs around $90. This is a blended
whiskey.
Blended.
So they can't really call it a bourbon.
Well, it is bourbon, though. It is straight bourbon whiskey.
Straight bourbon whiskey.
But that's a lot of, so it's like 9%, 5%, 19%, 13%, 54%.
So you gotta take the percentage of the percent and then find out how much of that percent is the rye whiskey. Add them together to find out what the total percentage of rye is in this mash bill.
Yeah, what he said. So I think what we should do.
I don't want to do that.
We should do is what we normally do, which is nose it, taste it, and give us...
How about we just go with, we're going to tell you what we think about it.
Let's do that. Let's nose this thing first.
It smells good.
Oh, it smells so good.
Now, I mean, like always, you say that caramel smell.
Oh yeah, oak and caramel are there.
Always. So can you get anything else besides the usual?
Yeah, you wanna know what I got the first time I ever smelled it? Apple.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Like red delicious apple.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be in there.
Right?
There's also, which I hate to say, is almost like a sort of skunky flavor smell.
Skunky?
Did you just splash?
I just splashed myself in the face.
like a, not like actual skunk, but like a
yeah, please do tell me.
Like a skunky weed smell.
This is Oklahoma.
No, I'm talking about like, you know, like when you're fishing and you pull up that crap off the bottom of the... Are you getting anything that's just kind of slightly odd?
No.
It's just me. I guess we all have had the cron.
We've had the COVID.
So we've gotten the COVID, then we got the Omicron. Now we can't smell shit.
No, I can still smell.
No, I can smell just fine.
I seriously doubt, though, that their listing is going to be dirty
you know
old
what?
skunk.
No, it's not. I got it, though. I figured it out.
What
I
is
feel
it?
like it's apple core smell.
Apple core. Is there a difference in smell from the apple and the apple core?
Why, yes, Jeffrey. And let me tell you why.
I'm listening.
Few moments later.
And we're back.
That's interesting. Luckily, we didn't have to bore you guys with that explanation.
So anyway, I say we do the next thing.
I say the next thing we do is say what they say the nose should be.
That's what I'm thinking.
Now let's do that. They say, ready for this?
Yes.
Rich caramel, oak, and spice.
I hate it when they do that. You're like, durr.
It's like, okay, yeah, so I'm not shocked by that.
You know what? It's because it makes you wonder, do they have anybody that can really put anything else in there?
I think it's one of those things, if you're trying to get to the widest audience, if you say the things that the widest audience likes, they're gonna buy it.
Yeah.
They're gonna buy it.
This has got rich flavor of caramel.
That's right, lots of oak and spice.
I mean, it's got that wholesome spice to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is everything you need in a bottle.
And we blended 50
You got bullet?
And we blended 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other bourbons in it to get to that. But
And we don't know what bourbons those are.
They're MGP.
Well, we assume.
Yeah, we assume. So I say we try this because
Okay.
not like we haven't tried it before.
Let's try it officially for the second pour.
Okay, let's do this. Now, I'm not gonna lie. That's really tasty.
No, it tastes good. It does taste
It's smoother than you're expecting. At 100 proof. There's a lot more brown sugar notes, I think. The apple kind of disappeared for me.
It was still, whatever that is, was in the evaporative measure in your mouth, but not on the flavor.
It's not on the flavor.
No. That was interesting.
There's a lot sweeter note though.
After drinking it, I smell the apple more prominently in the glass.
You do, right?
Yeah, I do. Sure do.
So there's a lot, that sweeter note comes out when you taste it, but now you can really smell it.
I guess what's confusing me is I have the head knowledge that this should have quite a bit of rye in it, but it's not smelling or tasting like it has a whole lot of rye.
Based on the bottle, it is 21% rye, 36% rye, 21% rye, 21% rye, 36% rye. So it is a high rye.
I mean, the characteristic I have is this is oily, and it's very much it's coated the palate,
Yeah,
but the spice goes way fast.
it's really quick, right?
But there's still, the caramel seems to stay there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's like a spice caramel apple flavor. Apple and oak, caramel on the nose.
Yeah, this is a sipping whiskey.
But let's talk about the palate for a second. So they're saying candied fruit, spice, toasted oak, and caramel. Candied fruit. To me, that screams that apple we're talking about. That sweet apple, that spice sweet apple. It's like, you ever get like the spice apples for the side dish, like you go to Cracker Barrel or something?
Sure, of course.
That's what it's reminding me of.
You know, that's a pretty good explanation. It's a candied apple flavor. But subtle. I mean, obviously, it doesn't have apples in it.
No.
But the alcohols that produce that flavor are really strong in this particular
Or a
one.
candied apple on a stick. You know,
Yeah,
the red
maybe.
candied apples.
Yeah.
Very much like that. All right, let's talk about the finish then.
All right.
Is this a long finish? I think it's a short finish.
Yes, and that's what I agree and slightly disagree, because you're saying it has oils that make it last,
Stick.
but though that lastingness is like, it's almost like you're not really getting a whole lot of flavor and taste with that,
Yeah, I agree.
even though it's still there. So yeah, it's a short finish. It's good.
Here's the deal. I think it's a really good whiskey. I think we're gonna have to rate this.
So we have a 5-finger system. So 1 finger, it's whiskey. 2 finger, it's the pour. This is what we're talking about. 3 finger, oh yeah, etc., etc. 5 finger is you're clutching that and you're drinking it all day long. Yeah, I'll let you go first because I think I'm gonna underrate it.
You're gonna underrate this.
Yeah, actually, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go first.
I may overrate this.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna leave it as a 3.
Oh, a 3.
I think it's good.
Okay.
I think it's real good.
Okay.
But it doesn't stand out compared to other whiskeys within its price point for me, to where I feel like it's something I have to keep in the cabinet. But it's really good. So it's not that it's just, there's other things
That you would buy?
that I would buy. So that's where I put it.
I give it a 3.5. I think
Okay.
it's not quite a 4, but I think if I see this sitting in the cabinet, I'm gonna drink it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure I'm
Absolutely.
gonna finish this bottle before I finish other bottles.
You probably will.
And so, yeah, I think this is a 3.5.
Yeah.
It's almost a 4 for me. I think if I see it in the store, I probably would buy it. But at that $90 price tag,
That's just
what's
the
kind of
kinda-
holding me back a little bit. It's like $90, that's a lot of money for a whiskey. It needs to be a 5 to be a $90 bottle of whiskey. If I see it, it's available, and I can get a good price for it, I'd still buy it.
Yeah.
So what about you? Have you had Remus Repeal Reserve? Do you find this to be something you really like? Or is this something you haven't gotten in your area yet?
And another thing, just to comment and let us know, like those price tags that you look for if you're a connoisseur, a collector, or a newbie, what scares you off from a whiskey?
Yeah, would $90 scare you off?
Does $90 and a 3.5 review, let's say out of 5,
Scare you off?
does that scare you off?
I think you should, if you see it, I think you should buy it.
Yeah.
I think, will you buy it a second time is the question.
That's actually a really good way to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's why my 3.5 comes into play, and I think that's why your 3 comes into play. It's like, will we buy it a second time for $90? That's the question. In the meantime, you guys continue to be cool this week. Don't forget to catch us on Wednesday for another episode of
Whiskey Pop.
And don't forget, if you want to talk about Remus Repeal, you can go visit us on our Facebook group page right here, which Zane goes to all the time.
Yes, I do.
which we got to fix that. So in the meantime, you guys seem to be safe this week. Drink some whiskey, and we will see you next week for Whiskey Pop.
Cheers.
Cheers.